Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me in another video. So I love to check in every season to see what brands have to offer, see what they've been up to, and I thought we'd take a look today at Celine, some of their new bags, what they've been up to recently. And we'll first start off with the handbags because that's the topic I'm most interested in. Now, Celine has a new line and it's the Celine 2025 collection. They've also launched a fragrance by the same name, but it makes me wonder, are they replacing the Plan Soleil line, or is it just rebranded, or is it just named this because A, they don't have any runway shows this season, B, it coincides with the fragrance line, but it's basically a collection of dressing for the French Riviera. We've seen this pretty much every spring summer collection in some capacity, but they've got handbags as well as summer wardrobe pieces or vacation wardrobe pieces in this kind of like French Riviera style. We've got like bathing suits, mini skirts, boat shoes, sun hats, things that you'd see in the Plan Soleil collection. But when scrolling through their new bags, the first bag that I'm seeing here is this large cabas in textile with this anchor embroidery. Reminds me of old Celine, like Phoebe Philo, in that like the wings really stick out. When I think about like the trapeze or the luggage bags, I feel the trend with like bigger bags. There was a period where there were these really like boxy like, shopper totes, but I think more so recently, more of those kind of like rounded at the edges, like dome shaped bags have been the trend. But this bag, it's more of like a tote where the sides wing out. The Romar Low, which is like a sister to the Margot, also has this feature. Another bag that I just saw on the last Chanel runway collection, as well as in their promotional video, was this tote with this kind of like wing shape at the sides. What do you guys think of this shape? Also, this new logo, this anchor and a C in this very thick blockular outline. It doesn't really speak to me that much, this logo. It's just not personally my aesthetic, but this wing-shaped tote also comes in this Triomphe canvas. Interesting how it's $100 less than the textile version. But this anchor motif logo, it looks like it's something that the brand is using on other pieces. But for this Été line, we've also got these blue jacquard bags, more summer wardrobe pieces. So moving along here, I feel like for spring, summer, maybe this is just what I'm seeing in my feed, but I've been seeing a lot of snake skin for spring bags. Kate has a few new bags. Again, Kate really does like their snake skin or python. Bottega, Jill Sander as well, but Celine previously each season has brought out several bags in python, but we're still seeing it this season. We've got the mini 16 in this python, the recent launch, the Camille 16 soft. Again, python, it's going to be more of a delicate exotic. Be mindful about heat, humidity, scales lifting. We've also got a few denim bags. There's also this teeny denim. Also this mini chain clawed. So this is like a very micro bag. Might fit like a card holder and a lipstick or something like that. But it has these crystal stripes, very Y2K. This crystal striping, we're also seeing it on this mini clawed Raffia as well. Let's just move on to Raffia here. We've got a lot more Celine Raffia versions of some of their recent styles. Now, last season or last year, we saw the classic pannier and Raffia. Now we're getting it in this black Raffia, a little bit different from the classic neutral tones that we've seen before. Other new Raffia bags. There's this triangle bag in Raffia. We've got the small Eloise bucket bag, which is a newer release now in Raffia. The Tilly bag in Raffia. There's also this Celine classic pannier medium couffin in Raffia patchwork, very long name, and the teen Nino bag in Raffia and calfskin. Of course, for this release, we've got wicker bags. There's the Celine Conti in wicker, very expensive. This is one of their highest price bags. I think it's also because it's in part hand stitched, made with very premium leathers. It is one of their more premium bags, but now we've got it in this wicker style, very expensive. We've also got the Garance, which was a bag that we saw for fall winter 2024 leather versions. Now we're seeing it in wicker and natural calfskin. The Triomphe oval box in wicker, as well as a bag that I really like that they brought back for this season is the teen couffin in wicker and natural calfskin. Again, the price just kills me, but I think it's a really nice bag, I'm not gonna lie. tie-dye. Next, we've got the Celine Micro Tilly. So these are very micro. Basically, these are like SLGs or like bag charms you can hang off one of your bags, but we've got it in this, again, raffia as well as the shiny calfskin. Now let's move over to the men's side. I feel like the men's side, they're a little bit more experimental. Here we've got this print and it's like this rainbow tie-dye gradient. They've done this like rainbow sunset gradient in the past with the Triumph logo, but this is more like a tie-dye effect. It feels very like Coachella or like LA musician, that kind of vibe to me, but feels very reminiscent of Saint Laurent in the 2010s. Continuing on with this kind of like LA vibe, we've got this bucket bag, but in shearling with palm trees, so interesting contrast, and the Bessace in wool with palm trees. Next, we've got this medium bucket bag in suede, calfskin, and leopard print. It has these wooden beads with this like faded leopard print on suede. Feels very boho. And then we've got this mini Boston in Triumph canvas and calfskin. Celine's been doing these Boston bags, but this does not have the top handle. It's more just like a crossbody or shoulder strap kind of length. So those are the new bags. And last time I made a Celine video, they've also launched some new products. They have their Pilates line, so you can buy yoga mat, dumbbells, kettlebells, water bottles, these weighted bracelets, other workout gear. I can see how this works for the brand of Celine. I think of like the style of somebody like Kaya Gerber, also popular brands like Alu Yoga or like Lululemon, which are more of that pricier yoga or Pilates gear. But I think Celine takes it to another level. Of course, you know, these prices are very, very high. It feels like in line with this kind of luxury wellness slash lifestyle products. Celine, a couple years ago, they had launched a tennis line. Another thing I also wanted to talk about is the Celine Unité Français fragrance. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't even like looked at the reviews. Have any of you guys tried this? I would just want to like try this on in person, but this was something they promoted for like the last final runway show that we saw. Another noteworthy event that happened at Celine was they also opened an exhibit at the Osaka Kansai World Expo 2025. So this from Sotheby's. Celine's maki-e exhibition brings to life traditional Japanese craft. At the Osaka Kansai World Expo, Celine celebrates centuries of traditional craft from urushi lacquer techniques to fine leather making. And Celine is one of the ambassadors for France, presenting an installation at the country's pavilion, namely the house unveiled an exhibition named Maki-e, which presents 3 large Triumph sculptures carved out of katsura wood and finished in a traditional Japanese natural lacquer known as urushi. These embody the results of the maki-e lacquer technique, which dates back centuries in Japan. So the exhibition also showcases Triumph-themed lacquer artworks created by Japanese collective Hikujo Maki. I do think this overall theme of these luxury brands highlighting their craftsmanship, and I think also on a global scale with a lot of these like global exhibitions, this is a major thing we're seeing. LVMH has been doing this with Loro Piana and Loewe. It's also a way for the brand to reach out to like greater audiences. But that's what's been happening at Celine. Thank you so much for joining me in another video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!